What's up, everybody? Good Sunday morning to you all. I hope you're well. I hope you're smiling. It's Dante Benuto. We're just going to run some Diablo 4, probably do some bosses, probably do some Duriel. I want to take some people to some Duriel and to some Andariel. I have plenty of Duriel and Andariel runs like combined. So we could do that. Um, I also was going to talk a lot about Spiritborn and Rogue and kind of the difference between how they're played because you should know if you're going to play Dance of Knives Rogue, you're not going to be spamming buttons. And if you're playing Spiritborn, you're going to be spamming buttons. It's funny because if you look at the guides, they tell you. Spiritborn guide will tell you right up front you want to basically have everything up at all times. Like the whole idea behind Spiritborn is to have Hunter up, Scourge up for extra damage, bringing everything together with Vortex, spamming Ravager, having that up at all times, and then obviously spamming Quill Volley for your main source of damage at all times. So it's all spammy spam. It's a very spammy, very face roll character to play, and you should know that. Not to mention, like, it's because of that, because of its spamminess. It's like you know for a fact that it's going to be easy to play if it's a face roll character, which this totally is. And then on top of it, you got it's the brand new class, it's the flavor of the month. There's a lot of reason for Spiritborn to be super hyped and super good in the game. But to play it, you got a really super easy play style. Spam every button all the time. Spam every button all the time, and you win. Now, if you're talking about doing a rogue, especially a Dance of Knives rogue, which is really the only competitive rogue build I think that's out there, and it still can't do tier 100 with it, by the way. I don't know if you can. Maybe some people can. I can't. And I have a decent rogue with good gear. It's all gear that I bought. I mean, found. It's nothing bought. But you know, that's what it is. So anyway, let's get into it. I'll put you on the main screen so you can see what's happening in the game. No one wants to see my ugly face. Everyone wants to see what's happening in the game. And so, the other thing I can do right now, I can either, I don't really need to spam for boss materials. So let's go to the bazaar and we'll run some Undercity bosses. Undercities for boss mats. As long as that works, sometimes that's kind of bugged and busted. And that's really weird when you can't finish the Undercity because it's bugged. It's kind of frustrating. And it does happen. I've seen it enough times to know that it happens because it's happened to me many times. Here's my little current stock of mythics. These are ones that I can afford to part with or just I haven't deleted because I might want to use them at some point, but I'm probably going to delete them, salvage them at some point. Shattered Vow. I saved this because I might want to try a Whirlwind Barb with Berserking, That might be really cool to try with this item. And then obviously, if I wanted to try any of the old Andariel's builds with the severely nerfed Victimize, I could always throw this on, which I got a terrible GA on it on top of it. So, the whole thing's just... Mythics don't feel extremely... There's a couple of mythics that you need to have, and the rest of them are kind of garbage, and it kind of sucks, man. So, yeah. All right, I'm going to snooze this ad break for Twitch because I just got someone to say hello on Twitch. What's up, man? How are you? Let's see, I got to restart the Twitchy. Drops are on, by the way, so if you're trying to get the drops that are currently up for Diablo 4, you can watch the show, and you'll be earning rewards, or earning time toward those rewards. Yeah. So what's up on Twitch? How are you guys, man? Um, we're gonna run some Undercity. We're gonna farm boss mats. I have a lot of summoning item. I have 40 of these things, and I totally need to up my boss. So you can see, here's my boss. I have tons of Arshan. I have like almost no Grigwar, no Veer, or Zir, I should say. No Beast in the Ice. I got like, what's that, 14 Duriel runs. I got 25, 26 Andariel runs or so. So I really want to bulge my boss materials so that I can take viewers to see and kill bosses for the previously aforementioned not very Ubers. I feel like, with Ubers, if you get one, you should want to put it in your build, and it doesn't necessarily, there's only a couple of them that make any sense. Just saying. They could have done a better job making Ubers more important to more builds. I think. What do you think? I'm curious. All right, let's run this thing. Let's run this thing. What? What's this about? What's this, sir? Offered to the Undercity. Why can't I put it in? Okay, something is very strange here. Why can't I put a key in? Why can't I put a tribute into the brazier? This is very strange. Something is up. Let's try all these and see if anything works. There's no putting any tributes in? Why are my tributes not allowed to be put in? Oh, I know why. Because I'm in the wrong difficulty level. Haha on me. I probably was trading with somebody. Oh, that reminds me. I gotta look up and see if Rich is online. I doubt he is, because if he was, he'd be in TikTok talking to me. Let's see. Yeah, I came here to turn in torment on him. Now we're cooking with him. Like, why can't I put an offering in the brazier? What is happening? There we go. All right, that solves that problem, quote unquote. The problem was me. Problem was my dumbass. All right, here we go. Let's spirit-born our way through this stupid Undercity. It's not stupid. It's pretty cool, actually. It's not too bad. It's not too bad of an activity. They've made worse. So, as I was saying, and the topic of the day is play styles on the keyboard and how different builds make you play differently on the keyboard if you're a keyboard player like me. Now, I've only ever played Diablo on the keyboard. I've never played it on controller, so I've never had any occasion to try or a reason to try. In fact, I can't imagine it feels as precise as movement with the mouse and aiming with the mouse, where I can see the cursor. The aim is quite precise. How have you played? Have you played with a keyboard, or are you more of a a controller player? And if you're a controller player, if you're a controller player, does the build you're playing affect how you play on the controller? It's got to. It's got to, because there's certain builds where you cannot be spammy, no matter what style of input you're using. I speak ignorantly because I don't use controller. I'm not a controller player. Except on sports games, that's the only time you'll see me use a controller. Of course, controller could be more fun to play because it's more jazzy, because you can... Did I just go through that wall with the teleport? I think I did. Scorched Earth policy when it comes to these braziers. Really, anything alive I find in is the Scorched Earth policy. Because every little bit of killing helps you towards getting to the reward upgrade level 4, which you really want to make sure you do for these boss runs. You want to hit all the braziers, and you want to make sure you get to level 4. Reward level 4. Reward upgrade level 4. Obviously, all of the braziers are crucially important, but also killing some of the monsters is too. You can't just do the braziers only. You won't get enough, whatever that is, attunement. You won't get enough attunement. And you need all your attunement to get the max rewards. So that's why I scorch everything when I come to it, including trash, just because it'll make it easier for me to hit the reward threshold. Let's go back up here and do some damage. Pull him through the wall to me. Go on the one road you're on to me. Stole a Dane Cook joke there. Talk about a guy who fell from relevance quickly. Dane Cook was accused of stealing other comedians' jokes and disappeared after he had been so popular. Maybe I am still alive, that's for sure. I still believe. I just did. Alright, we're maxed out here. We don't really need any more. We're 4 of 4, so I'm going to skip the last brazier and go right to the end. Whoa. You can do that, by the way. Chad Brewer, what's up, man? How are you? Haven't seen you in a while. I haven't seen anybody in a while. It's like, how did I get behind that wall? How did I get back there? There's the Shard of Agony, Slick Eggs. Alright, so cool. We got some good boss mats there. That's the idea. Get the high level, high ladder boss mats as much as possible. Load up on those. Keep. Oh, shoot. That's what I had. I should reset my shit to Curast. But I was running the pits a lot. So I kept resetting it for Saragar, or Kedigar, if you're using the Celtic pronunciation. Because I wanted to be right back at the pits and just kind of run pits over and over and over and over again. But when we're doing that with Undercity, we'd usually just leave the dungeon because it'll pop you like right here. And then you can just run it again, right? I didn't get anything good out of that run. Did I put... I think I did put one in there. I better have put one in there. I don't want to run this whole thing and end up with nothing. Nothing. You get nothing. Cool. Yeah, I don't mind killing everything in here. Especially when it's open like this, these big open dungeons, these are fun to do, actually. There we go. One brazier down, 2 to go. And then also the trash around it. Let me know if you want to run anything with me. I'll be happy to take you through whatever I can take you through. Right now we're just running Undercity for boss mats so I can take viewers through bosses. Look at this, 4 lesser time guys, all right near each other. Sure. Ooh, an irregular. Herald of my time length. That's what he's the herald of. Alright, that's good enough for the first level. Alright, let's see. Let's take a quick look at the dungeon before we run in. And it's really quite easy. Let's just bang a right. Gather all these guys up and kill them before we even go around the corner. Then we go around the corner and do some real damage. I'm really interested to hear from people today who play Diablo on the computer, but use a controller, as well as controller players on console. But even more so, those of you who choose to play controller, even though you have the keyboard option easily at your disposal. I'm curious to why you choose the controller option over a keyboard. I know what I have as a reason, and it's probably a bad reason, because I've always done it this way. I'm most comfortable this way. I don't know any other way. Never taken it. I have a controller connected to my computer right now. I could hook it up and start trying to play controller style and see how it feels. I could do that. Yeah, there's couple of guards back here. Let's not let any of that live. Shall we kill all that? Oh, there's another lesser afflicted there. Yeah. Anything we can do to tune up our reputation, we do. We do. All right, here we go with this Fountain of Youth. Yeah. Well, it is a quiet Sunday morning. Not that I'm surprised. I knew it was going to be like this. I don't mind. It's quiet. First Brazier. Doing it the easy way. There's a reason to go around this corner. Pop that dude like a Z. Alright, so this Brazier might get us to 4. Yes, it did, so now we're going to go straight for the end. Skipping everything else. And collect our rewards from the boss. Okay, cool. I thought I put one in, and I did. I would have been very disappointed if no boss mats came out of that. I don't really need Malignant Hearts. I have quite a few of those, but everything else is very welcome. All the other boss mats are very welcome. Oh, don't do that. Leave dungeon. Leave the dungeon. Just leave the dungeon. That's the way to go. Because now I don't have to, like, transfer all over the world. I'm right, standing right out here. I hit the Brazier. I put another tribute in. I'm ready to go. You can spam run these this way. And they don't take that long to run. It's a low commitment of time for a pretty decent set of boss mat rewards. If that's what you're after, you're going to get some. And I would rather get boss mats this way than trying to farm Hell Tides. You know, and then farming all the bosses for the ladder mats. I'd rather do it this way, man. Alright, we got more Fountones. We got more time. We got more Afflicted. Oh, I love it. Just wiping out everything in sight. All the time. Gathering guys. Coming to me. Coming to die. Receive your fate. I think it's time to build a hardcore Spiritborn. Pretty confident I can play a hardcore Spiritborn all the way through without dying. All the way to 60. 60 plus. Especially in the current environment where you don't have to outstretch what you can do. It's very scripted how you go through the difficulty levels, so going hardcore is a lot different now. And I've also noticed a lot less crashing in the game this season. Like, they have fixed many of the bugs that cause the game to crash. At least from my perspective, I've seen less crashes. You can Share with me if you've seen it differently. That was a big explosion of poison, but we avoided it because we are quick on our feet. We are light on our loafers. Some free time back here. I'll happily take it. Another brazier. More free time. And now the very big fountain of attunement, which requires a little bit more killing than previous iterations. And there it is. Man, we're almost fully attuned. All I need to do is kill some stuff, really. They're gonna let me do it with pure kills. Because I'm not gonna worry about the braziers. I'm just gonna kill stuff. Because I'll hit 4 just doing that. Already there. There it goes. Fully attuned. Now we go for the boss. Should be a piece of cake. Oops. More boots. Boots and pants and boots and pants. Sand-scorched shackles. Shards of agony. Pretty good run there. New dungeon. So you can see you can cycle through and really crank out some boss mats relatively quickly. But again, the topic of the day is not boss mats, even though that's what we're going after. The topic of the day, really, is the ease of playing Spiritborn and the face roll nature of Spiritborn on the keyboard versus the much more precise, much more calculated nature of playing the Dance of Knives Rogue, and what that takes on the keyboard from a comparative perspective. All right, so this is actually a Yen's Blessing with Resource Gen on it, and a 52% roll, which is better than my 3-star roll. But I'm going to save that. What are these other boots? Dexterity, life per second, shadow resist. That doesn't really help me, or anyone for that matter. I don't think that's a really good piece, so I'm going to get rid of it. But I'm going to save this Yen Blessing. That's some rogue might appreciate some Yen Blessing at some point. But the rest of this can go. And we're right back in, dudes. So you can make a pretty good living for yourself playing playing this and then bouncing that off the Dance of Knives Rogue. If you wanted 2 different play styles that were really opposite each other, one is very face rolly, one is no face rolling at all, but very precise movements. This is a weird. All of the braziers are towards the end. Alright, so we just go around the long way. Take everything we see out. How about that? How about them apples? was a cinch. Alright, let's just go wantonly kill some stuff now for the sake of it. Well, that doesn't even lead up there, huh? Okay. Some lesser afflicted. Here's that last Brazier. We must go for the atonement, yes? Yes, we must. Alright, so we got everything we could get out of that floor. Goes another pack. Ooh, that's a big pack. As big as it was, it went quick. It went down as quick as it came. Let's see if there's anything. Nope, nothing back there waiting for us. Wow. Bizarro world. There's a Rosier. Some lesser afflicted and need to get exterminated. Another lesser afflicted. Giving us more time and more attunement. There's another Brazier over here. Let's not skip it. Guys back here waiting for us. Alright, there's another Brazier. Woo! That one cleared quickly. It was kind of stuck in the corner, so everything got sucked right to me. Smooth, what's up, man? Just running for some boss mats. What are you up to, brother? Running Undercity for boss mats. I was just talking about the use of the keyboard versus the controller. Are you a keyboard or a controller player? Yeah, we're in that situation again where we could probably just kill stuff to get the achievement. I'll do it Spirit Brazier though. Shitting out alcohol from the night before. Keyboard all day. Happened since I started in PC. Same for me, dude. And that's what we're talking about today, is the use of the keyboard versus the controller. Because I know people who are PC players that use a controller. And I know people who are, you know, obviously console players who are controller players. And I'm just wondering, when you play controller, because I know when I play keyboard, if I play my rogue, for example, it's a very precise controller hand. Or keyboard hand that I need. I have to be very specific about what my button pressing. Whereas if I play Spiritborn, it's a button mashing, face rolling event. Spiritborn. So I'm wondering, like, if you play with a controller, if you're a controller player, do you play the game differently based on the build? Because I know I do on a keyboard. I know it's a very quiet play style. You're not coming back until everything is balanced. Well, it doesn't make sense. It's so bad in terms of playing other classes, dude. Like, my Dance of Knives Rogue is really outfitted pretty well, and I can't get him past, like, pit 75, pit 80. And my Spiritborn is lapping up pit 115 like it was nothing. So it's kind of sad. I really would like to see other classes be able to manage all of the content that... I mean, I can't kill bosses on my Dance of Knives Rogue. I could kill Barshan, but it takes me time. It actually takes me actual time to kill him. You cleared Pit 150 in 4 minutes, tried Barb and got, yeah, well, yeah. For sure. Barb is just not going to be able to cut it, no matter how good you make it. Same thing, even this rogue, dude. I mean, I, I'm, I can't get my glyphs up past. I can't get my glyphs up past like 65 because I can't really do a pit higher than 75. So, and the only way I'm going to get higher, the camo grind on Call of Duty has me in a chokehold. Right on, man. Everybody's playing Call of Duty Black Ops 6 with the zombie add-on or whatever that's going on. I've been seeing a lot of people playing that, dude. So that's cool. Camo grind. What is the camo grind? What does that get you? All right, I'm ready to dump my stuff. A double GA, and they both stink. Let's take a look at these boots. Yeah, I already looked at those. They're not good. All right, let's chuck this stuff. I want to take a look at the season journey and see like what I have left to do that's not like I have, yeah, a Legion event, Zakarum reputation. Those are the only two things I haven't done. Dark matter camo for getting all guns gold and diamond. Dark matter camo. Oh, wow. Okay, cool. 100 headshots each weapon, then challengers, but zombie is super fun. Also, it's free if you have Xbox Battle Pass, which I do. Do you play that game on controller, or do you play it on keyboard? Because I play Fortnite on keyboard, mouse keyboard. I have to play Fortnite on mouse keyboard. I cannot play it on controller. Nope, all mouse and keyboard. Okay, cool. That's my preferred way of playing most games, with the exception of sports games on the console that I play. Like EA NHL is not on the computer. Um, the golf game is, but I have got it on console. Have I ever seen your Steam account? No, you'll have to show me, dude. You'll have to show me. Um, you probably have a ton of games. I'll show you mine. You know what? My Steam account's kind of sad, dude. Because I have a ton of Steam games, but I don't hardly play any of my Steam games. All right, so let's take a look really quick at my Steam library. Check it out, yeah. Baldur's Gate 3 is currently actually installed. And I'm not playing it. I'm thinking about uninstalling Baldur's Gate 3 because I can't get past a certain point in the game. About 45 minutes maybe in, and it just gets really, the gameplay loop gets a little like frustrating, and I don't know if I want to commit to it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's add Spooby as a friend. I don't have. That's a part of the thing that's really sad about my Steam account is I have no Steam friends. Community. Find people. Search for friends. I have my baby. That's true. Yeah, she barely plays. She plays City Skylines. Hey, look, I put your number in and it says no users match my search. Your friend code. Here's enter friend code. There it is. 414221712. Spoopster. Yay! There he is. Now I have two friends on Steam. My wife is one of my friends, and now I have Spooby. Now, oh, I have Vienna too. I forgot about that, and Zax. All right, so there's Spoobster. Let's take a look at his. Oh my God, Brawl, Brawlhalla, and Mega Man, Overwatch 2. So wait, you can get Overwatch from the Blizzard store, can't you? Infinite multiplayer, Halo Infinite multiplayer. Where do I look at your games? Where's the games? Smite. um, follow. I follow you now. Your mom raised a dart. All right, let's see. Where do I look at your games, dude? All recently played. View. All recently played. All games. Here we go. Smite. Rust. Why is that grayed out? I'm curious why that's grayed out, Spooby. All right. Apex Legends. I played a little of that. PUBG Battlegrounds. I've never tried, but I've heard a lot about it. So you play PvP games. Did you play Fortnite? Or do you? Do you play Fortnite? Yes, okay, cool. I got to tell you, man, I haven't played Fortnite in a year. I haven't played Fortnite. I played Fortnite for the first 5 years, I want to say. Maybe 5.5 years that it was a game. I started in season 3. I didn't start right away in the OG season 1. I started in season 3. I know you started OG season 1, but I started season 3. And when I first started, I started on Xbox on the controller, and I was freaking terrible at it. And then I switched to my computer. I started playing on my Apple computer, and I got better. But the Apple computer does not have any more than 60 frames per second. And when it ran that game, it ran it at like 20 frames per second. So I couldn't hang because of my horrible, horrible ability, like my horrible, horrible setup. Then I end up spending 3 grand on a gaming PC specifically so I could play Fortnite. And I went from zero to hero like that, dude. I could I could hit I could hit my shots. I could build quick. I could edit pretty quick. All of a sudden, I'm able to hang out. Yeah, if you're only running a 60 gigahertz monitor, you are limited in those games. There's no doubt. The more hertz you can get and the faster your ping is, the better off you are when you're playing those games. There's no doubt. I'm running 120, and really going faster than that helps. I had a 240 monitor that it was only 10 it wasn't at 4K. The monitor I'm running now is 4K 120. I freaking love it. It looks fantastic. It keeps up. It's it's perfect for Fortnite. The only thing that sucks is I can't play Fortnite anymore, dude. I'm terrible at the game because of the modern adaptations of the game and the curve that these young kids have come in on. They are absolutely fantastic players, and they make use of the gadgetry. See, when Fortnite was just a guns and building game, I that was when I think it was at its best and at its most fun. Um, I really loved it. This new Call of Duty feels more like the older ones, and it's so good. Oh, cool, man. Right on. Grand Theft Auto 5. Brawlhalla. You play a lot of that, huh? Ark Survival Evolved. You played a lot of that. What is this game, Smite? You played, that's the game you have played the most hours of is Smite. Joined 40 million players in Smite. This is kind of like an action RPG too, isn't it? Battleground? Recent reviews mixed. Third-person MOBA. Okay, cool. Rust. I've heard about this game. This is like Civilization, except it starts with you as a little naked man. Yeah, exactly. It's truly starting out at one person. Yes. Smite 2 came out and the game is bad, huh? That sucks. You're sticking with the original Smite. Ooh. Whoa! Bow and arrow versus a bear. I sat outside one person's door for 12 hours with a shotgun because I didn't like the way he talked in Rust. That's hilarious, dude. That's funny. That's funny, dude. Oh, those airdrops have to be really valuable. So this starts to remind me of Shadowbane a little bit. There's YouTubers who make movies out of Rust wipes. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I'll have to check that out, dude, because this looks really great. This looks like a really fun game. This reminds me of Shadowbane, but in a modern setting, modern era. Yeah, I bet. Extreme toxicness. I have a hard time with that in the player base, but certain games are worth it. Certain games are worth the toxicity. All right, cool. So we see what Rust is all about. Apex Legends, I know. PUBG Battlegrounds, those are both PvP style drop games. First-person shooters or third-person shooters. Ark or Survival Evolved, I've played Ark myself, but not that many hours. Brawlhalla, you've played a lot. Grand Theft Auto. So do you play like on a private server for Grand Theft Auto, or do you just play the game itself? Counter-Strike 2, Path of Exile, Dota 2. I've never played that game. Curious about that game. Payday 2, Multiverses, Elden Ring, only 93 hours. Elden Ring, only 93. I feel I have to stop here and go on a little bit of a speech. So Elden Ring, you completed the story in 93 hours. That's not bad, dude. How many times did it take you to kill Melania? How many attempts did it take you to kill Melania? A third attempt? Very good. Excellent, in fact. What about the Elden Lord? How many attempts did it take you to kill the Elden Lord? Because that's the one that really got me. The problem for me was by the time I got to Melania, I outgeared the content on NG1, NG0, I should say. So Millennia I got on the first try, and it was a little bit of a letdown because I expected it to be much more challenging of a fight, and I kind of knew what to expect in terms of that crazy butterfly attack that she has. So I was able to avoid it both times she lit it up. But that game is an absolute masterpiece, Elden Ring, and if it's like if you kept a journal, if you kept a journal when you were a kid at all, Placidusax, yeah, he was tough. Yeah, that is how you spelled it. I had trouble with the outdoor dragon lord in oh I'm gonna forget the name of the area now, so I won't even try to. The the dragon who breathed the scarlet rot was the most difficult dragon for me. Um the second Morningstar Beast was a bitch. Not the first Morningstar Beach, but the second one, he was a bitch. Um, so that game is a masterpiece, dude. Elden Ring is like if you kept a journal of when you were a kid, and then I did play some of it. I didn't finish it. I didn't finish it because I want to give it the attention it deserves, and I can't do that while Diablo 4 is running. I played some of the DLC. I killed the first two bosses of the DLC. There's much, much more for me to do in the DLC. It's a game that I would love to stream. Um, and I love backseat drivers helping me when I stream that game. Payday 2 is my favorite game of all time. Let's check that out. I saw that. Where was that? Payday 2. This is your favorite game of all time. I'm old enough. All right, so let's watch the trailer.
Okay, let's do this.
They're going to rob a bank. Jewel heists. Oh, shootouts at the hotel. Casino shootout. Now we're going for the World Bank. First person. Oh, Ron Perlman. I love Ron Perlman. Interesting. Overkill, a Starbreeze studio. All right. Single player, online co-op, Steam achievements, track controller support, VR support. Ooh, VR supported. VR supported. So I have the Quest,
Okay, let's do this.
and I haven't really used it that much. But I would love to play a game like this in VR. Oh, that is crazy. Look at it showing like VR view. I want to see a game. Yeah, the gameplay loop. Hey, bring it back here. Get it under control. Here we go. Actual gameplay.
Let's do this.
That's VR. See, that's VR. Yes. I could totally see doing this on my VR. That. This. Yeah, look at that, dude. Oh, yes. Oh my god. I think I have to try this on VR, dude. No one makes content on the game in VR. You can blow up if you stream it. Right on. I don't know how I would stream VR because it's not connected to a computer. I'd have to do a capture somehow. Because the Quest is its own unit, you know, it's not connected to the computer, so I don't know how I would get the signal from the VR headset to the stream device, you know what I'm saying? I don't know that there's any way to do a capture. There must be. All right, so let's really quick look that up. I want to see if you can do that. How to stream Quest 2 to PC. There you go. Cast your screen or use a USB cable. So it's definitely doable. All right. Meta Oculus casting page in Chrome and log into your account. Go on your headset. Press the Oculus button on your control. Camera, cast computer next. Wait for it to. Oh, that's crazy. You can cast your screen to the PC, and then I could stream it because it looks so cool in VR, right? Did you see the way he was like? Same as Apple with TV and phones, right? Right on. VR would be crazy, dude. I have to try that. So I'm gonna write that down. Payday 2. I've never even heard of that game before today. But let's get back to Steam too, because that was kind of fun. Just kind of looking through your games. Multiverses, Elden Ring, Dark Souls 3, which is like Elden Ring. Did you finish that game too? Did you finish Dark Souls 3? Dead by Daylight, I've heard a lot about that game. Pal World, right on. NG3 for Dark Souls 3, right on. I love Borderlands, dude. I'm a big Borderlands player. We got to try to play Borderlands 3 together. If you play Borderlands 3, I have that through Epic Games. Remnant 2, Smite Public Test Realm, Rainbow Six. I love the Rainbow Six games, but again, you have to be really good at controller. You played at launch, but it was so bad. What was Borderlands? Remnant is like Dark Souls with guns. Now that I could get into. Let's have a look at that. Who's got a dog? I like watching gameplay trailers, dude. These all boss fights. That's a sick looking boss fight. Teamwork makes the dream work. Oh, they're trying to get the crystal. Crystal. Ooh, look at that boss. Yeah, that'll make you think twice. That was cool. That was definitely cool. Fortnite has an event with Snoop Dogg right now. It's pretty crazy. Like Snoop Dogg's in the game as like a boss. What's that, honey? Yeah, he's everywhere. He's in Fortnite, and he's not only does he have like all kinds of like skins, so you can play as Snoop Dogg in his regular human form. Then you can switch and have his head be like a dog's head. But then he's also inside the game as a boss, along with henchmen. It's crazy. Mrs. Benuto saying he's everywhere right now. He's in the Super Bowl. He's at the Olympics. He's on Kevin Hart's talk show. He's cooking with Martha. I remember when they added Snoop Operator in COD. Yeah, exactly. Snoop Operator. Right on. It's the guy. He's such a cult classic icon, dude. He's a protect that man at all costs kind of guy. We let him get away with literally anything. All right, let's go back to see more Spooby games. Rocket League. So, dude, you want to talk about a toxic player base? Rocket League was the worst. He got me when he said he quit smoking and then dropped a new brand. Right on. Dude, Rocket League has the most toxic player base of any game I've ever played. And that's saying something. That's saying something. But Rocket League people were so fucking mean to me and rude to me. Oh my God. Oh my God. And I wasn't even that bad. I was, oh, I cried almost, dude. I literally shut the game off. I rage shut the game off somebody just berating me in Rocket League. Asking me if I know how truly bad I suck. It's really bad. It's really bad. Um, Probably some college kid who can fly. Like Rocket League has some players. I mean, it's a college sport. It's an e-sport. It's taken very, very, very seriously by the players. They do not suffer fools gladly at all. And for a while they had a hockey like version of the game, like hockey, ice hockey, and I was pretty good at that. Um, and I love hockey anyway, but it was like a giant puck, and the surface was like ice instead of being like a soccer field. I loved it. It was cool, dude. And they took it out of the game, so now I'm back to soccer only. And I don't. And they had a basketball going at the same time too, actually. And I was terrible at the basketball version of Rocket League. But the hockey game I was good at, and the soccer I was okay. I mean, I couldn't fly and do sky plays like a lot of people do. It's very hard to do that shit, man. And if you play Rocket League and you rip on people, screw you, by the way. Get a life. That's what I have to say about that. I'm not bitter at all. All right, so here's The Evil Within, Rento Fortune. This is now we're getting into the nitty gritty. Left 4 Dead 2, Back 4 Blood. I tried Back 4 Blood. I couldn't get into it. I tried it on the console with a joystick. I couldn't get into that game. I tried it though. Lethal Company, Halo Infinite. You love Halo Infinite. How was World War Z? You played 6 hours. That must have been okay. You, like me, only got into Elder Scrolls a little bit. See, I did the same thing with Elder Scrolls. This is weird. Because I know most people I look at, you see Elder Scrolls, you're going to see hundreds and hundreds of hours. Hundreds and hundreds of hours on Elder Scrolls. But me and you, we're like this, dude. Bizarre. Mrs. Benuto plays a lot of Sims, or she used to. I wouldn't say she plays a lot of anything. But when she plays games, she plays Sims 4 as one of the games that she plays. Need for Speed. Okay. All right. Cool. 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 All right. So now I'll show you my library. Has she tried Stardew Valley? No, but I have. I tried Stardew Valley. The 2 games that Mrs. Benuto plays, there's 3 games. Sims, City Skylines, and the game that she's the best at by a mile is pinball. Video pinball, Mrs. Benuto is world ranked on the tables that she plays. On the tables that I said on the tables that she plays, she is world ranked. All right, so here's my library for we have Among Us. So Baldur's Gate 3 I've only played 13 hours of. Wow, I thought I played more than that. And I'm already kind of over it, dude. I can't get into this game. I want to get into this game so badly. I played Baldur's Gate 1 for hours. I played Baldur's Gate 2 for hours. I solved both of them. I played all the way through multiple times. But I can't get into Baldur's Gate 3. It's not grabbing me. Civilization, okay, I've played a lot of hours, 365. Compared to Spooby, I don't think there's any game I've played that with that many hours on here. Among Us, I haven't really played. Apex Legends, I've tried. See, 4 hours, not really big. Ark Survival Evolved, only 2 hours. Survival of the Fittest, 5 minutes. Borderland the pre-sequel, got 405 hours in on this game. Really good game. City Skylines, 125 hours. These games are just, ooh, I love them. City Skylines. Hold Fast. I tried this game. It's very cool, but you need friends to play it with. You can't play it by yourself. You got to get into a crew of people and play this game together. I wasn't able to find any cliques of people to play it with yet, but this game is freaking fun, dude. This game is fun. I hated pre-sequel. I beat it with Amara and couldn't find another reason to play. Oh, right on. Last Epoch. I've played 211 hours of I actually really liked Last Epoch. Say I didn't play Tiny Tina. I didn't play Tiny Tina Spooby. I couldn't justify the expense of it. It didn't grab me. Last Epoch I liked because I will tell you why I liked Last Epoch. I liked the boss fights in Last Epoch. I think they're hard and challenging. They require you to have a certain kind of build to do them. They are all kind of like gates to the next level of stuff. So when you beat a boss, it opens up and unlocks a whole other area of stuff you can do. So I liked Last Epoch. It grabbed me enough to make me come back to it during season 3 of Diablo 4 when Diablo 4 was so bad I didn't want to touch it. Oh man. I gave this game a fair shake. Lord of the Rings Online. I have barely touched it if I played it at all. Shadow of Mordor. So I have Shadow of War and Shadow of Mordor on the computer, but I played these games on the console, and Shadow of War is absolutely freaking fantastic game. Highly recommend Shadow of War, especially if you are a Lord of the Rings enthusiast. If you are been watching the the any of the stuff that's been on Amazon Prime with the new series that they've put out on Lord of the Rings, if you've watched any of that, it ties into this game really in a very interesting and awesome way that I won't give away. But if you've watched any of the Lord of the Rings on Amazon Prime, where they're going through some of the stuff from the Silmarillion, the prehistory of the Lord of the Rings, um, you have to play Shadow of War. You hate that Warner Brothers made Shadow of War? So I don't know, but I really loved the gameplay in Shadow of War. The game worked for me. The gameplay loop, I never got tired of it. I played many hours of this game, and for a couple of reasons too. You have action fighting, you have stealth, you have castle kind of defense, you have some kind of sagas between you and some of these enemies that you face multiple times, people turning on you and backstabbing you. It's a really good game. It's hella good, but they have it patented so no one can use it. Ah, so you're saying like, oh, look at that. See how that's flickering? Stop that, dude. All of the Ithildin door poems are have references to the Silmarillion. I just can't even get into it, dude. If you've read the so if you're a Lord of the Rings fanatic, you got to play this game. If you're a Lord of the Rings fanatic and you haven't played this game, you're missing out on some really cool storytelling um, from Lord of the Rings, from the history of Lord of the Rings. It's so cool. It's so like ooh, it gives me the chills if as a Lord of the Rings fan and Silmarillion reader. Anyway, blah blah blah. Dante Benuto. Path of Exile. See, I gave it 2 hours and I couldn't get into it. It was too much going on for me. I was running around doing stuff and I didn't know why I was doing it. RBI baseball. I played one game. So this game Shadowbane, when this came, oh my god, dude. So when this game, I only reason I even have this is for what do you call it? Nostalgic reasons. Because this was the first MMORPG I ever played, and one of the first MMORPGs that ever existed. And it predates World of Warcraft by probably 2 or 3 years. It's set in medieval time. The classes are awesome. You have vampire, you have just scout. It's like such a great game, dude. Open world MMORPG um, with time running 24/7. So like somebody attacks your castle at 3 a.m. and you don't have preparations on how to defend it, somebody's going to destroy your shit. And so you can buy an upgrade to have minions who guard your castle while you're sleeping. And low key, I want a Star Wars MMO on Unreal Engine 5. Unreal Engine 5. That is a great idea. That is a great idea. I think I love that idea, Spooby, because you'd have starfighters, you'd have lightsaber combat, you'd have blaster combat, You'd have great storyline. Yes, I think I'm with you on that. That'd be something. That'd be pretty special. Boss fights, mass MMO mass boss fights for like groups of 20, groups of 10. So, have you tried queuing up? You probably haven't had to, but have you tried queuing up for did I ever play Jeff? I never did, and I had multiple people tell me to try that game. I think I have it on my wish list. In I think I have it on my wish list in here. I'll really quick go through the rest of my games, and then we'll go look at Jedi Last Survivor. Um, Civilization Beyond Worth, I've got some hours in. Civilization 4 and 5. Here's the game I have the most hours in on Steam, Civ 5. 3,348.8 hours. It's one of my favorite games of all time. Civilization series in general, I've probably spent, yeah, hours and hours and hours. I got early alpha closed access to a new open world Scooby Doo game I'm testing with. That's awesome. Open world Scooby Doo game? That sounds really cool. Um, a friend of mine told me to check out Soulstone Survivors. It was much too arcadey for me. It was more like a phone game. Starfield. Yeah, I wish I had that as a kid too, right? That's crazy. Starfield was a true disappointment. I gave it 12 hours and I realized that I was playing No Man's Sky version C, like the crap version. No Man's Sky is already this game, but much better. Like Starfield, I can't even believe they made this game. Like, did these people ever play No Man's Sky? Did these people even look at No Man's Sky? Bethesda, like, I can't even believe you made this game. You copped No Man's Sky, but you took out flying spaceships yourself. Like every time you fly a spaceship in Starfield, it's a freaking cutscene. In No Man's Sky, I actually launched my own spaceship. Outer Worlds is better than No Man's Sky? Really? I would check that out, dude, because I love No Man's Sky. It's one of my favorite games that I've ever played. No Man's Sky is my pandemic game. I stayed up every night till 5 in the morning playing No Man's Sky during the pandemic. I loved every minute of it. Starfield was a I thought Starfield was going to be an upgraded, updated, even better No Man's Sky, and it was less than No Man's Sky. So bad, dude. I feel ripped off by this game, frankly. Outer Worlds is like sci-fi Fallout. Okay, that sounds cool. I would try Outer Worlds. I love No Man's Sky though. I found that to be such a fun game, so much to do, not enough time, so much exploring you could do. Um, it was an infinite amount of exploring you could do because every planet was unique, every galaxy was unique, and you could transfer from galaxy to galaxy. There was a quadrillion galaxies that you could go to, an innumerable number of planets, every single one different from the last. I mean, after a while, you get numb to the beauty of going to different planets and stuff like that. But you're right, Spooby. You're right. It it under it overpromised and underdelivered on launch, and people ran away from it, and then it got good later. Kind of like Diablo. I mean, Diablo's it's got the same story arc as Diablo in terms of being a game. It came out, it underperformed, it delivered on the basics, but it really underperformed in a lot of ways, and it also had a lot of bugs and glitches and crap and problems with it. And then they fixed everything, and then they listened to their players, and then they made the game way better. My biggest problem with No Man's Sky is that I can only have 7 spaceships, and you have so many rare ships in that game that you want to have like 20 ships because you can have there's so many rare ships you can get and so many variations of the rare ships. The octopus, the star. I mean, they have like, oh my god, I used to just sit in spaceports for hours waiting for rare ships to land so I could steal them. Not steal, but buy them. Um, I miss that game. I really miss, especially rare ships. No Man's Sky was great for a lot of reasons. I really love that game. Starfield was a big disappointment. Torchlight Infinite, I got because my friend said it was a great game, so I just got it. It's free. I haven't really played it. It's a Vienna game. Yeah. Total War Rome. I put some time in on this game, about 2 hours. This game could be really fun. I just didn't really dive in and stay with this game. But this game actually could be really fun. And then The Witcher, I played both on here and I played on the console, and it's a game I've never finished, but I need to. This game is on my long-term need to finish list, but I've never finished it. I love this game. There's no reason not to play it. It's grabbed me. It's gotten a hold of me. It's fun. It's got a great storyline. It's got great gameplay. There's nothing wrong with this game. I just haven't finished it. I have to finish this game. So, so there you go. That's my Steam. That's my current state of my Steam. Gwent. I love Gwent too, dude. I love Gwent. Did I actually have that on my Steam? I think I did, didn't I? I had the game separate, so you could just play Gwent. Yeah, I was gonna say they made standalone Gwent. I thought that's what I was saying. I thought they made it. I thought I had it. I was actually kind of surprised I didn't see it in here because I thought I bought that or got that because it's a fun game to play. Yeah, it's great. Okay, so we did research on how to MetaQuest to the PC. So Spooby's not coming back to Diablo 4 until. What's up with my monitor, dude? It's really flickery. Star Wars Jedi. Yes, that's what we were going to do. We were going to go back to that. The first thing I want to do is figure out why is my monitor flickering. I might need to update my driver because my monitor's. You can't see it on stream, I don't think, but my monitor's really flickering hardcore right now. Yeah, there's a driver update I need to install. Um, Alt and Enter. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do it while I'm updating my driver. It'll reset the driver. It'll reset the card once it's done installing the new driver, so I won't worry about it. I'm just going to let it run. So thanks for hanging out with me this Sunday morning, Spooby. It's been really quiet. I've only had 3 total viewers on TikTok, which is super rare, and I've only had 1 viewer for most of the morning on Twitch, which is normal. But I'm really glad that you're hanging out. I hope you're feeling okay, even though you had a pretty serious night last night. Did you do a Halloween party last night or something? Or did you do any Halloween parties this weekend? Like this week or last weekend? I used to do Halloween parties, but I don't do them anymore. 8 Jello shots, so that'll whack you out pretty good. Hope you took a cab or walked home, bro. After not drinking for 6 months, you went into Movember hardcore, baby. Right on. I hope you had some food before that. Jeez. Didn't do that on an empty stomach. Chili's is right around the corner from your house. Yes, yes. That's where you guys go. Right on. Chili's Jello shots. Woo-hoo. I live in the city, but all the bars that were near me are all closed now. There used to be a whole bunch of bars right in my neighborhood, and they all closed because the rent went up and they decided to move or just go out of business. That's what happens when these greedy real estate owners they raise the rent and make the neighborhood all the good neighborhood spots go away. It's a bummer, but it happens in the city.